Hey, this is Mike with Front Range Boulder, and we're meeting with Peter Mortimer. We're at a BCC, Boulder Climbing Community meeting. Peter, thank you for your footage. What did you think about the show tonight on the BCC show?
Is this audio and video?
Yeah.
Simultaneous but separate?
Yeah.
So anything I say is going to be recorded on that video camera?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my whole joke about asking you to take your hand off my inner thigh is just not going to fly, because
No.
you can clearly see that your hand is elsewhere.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I think it's great, although I just learned that Matt Samet wants to go retro-bolt his head points up on Seal Rock, and I'm very, very upset about this.
Why so? I heard about that. What's your take on that?
My take is that's total bullshit, man. Those are like, if you look at Seal Rock, it's like a 5'11" head point and a 5'12" head point, and then Primate, which has never been repeated, which I'm guessing is the hardest unrepeated, like really worthy trad climb in the country. And I think Matt just like is in some other phase in his life, based on what the last thing I heard from Matt was reading his article in Outside Magazine, and I feel like he's like trying to move on from his drugs and from his like drug time period, and open this new married, positive, sport climbing, clean and spiffy part in his life, and it's just like bullshit. I mean, I think it's great that he's doing that, but dude, Primate is like, I would make a movie about someone trying to do Primate. Like, that's like climbing history right there, and it's like what it's all about. And so send this to Matt, tell him I'm going up there with my and not only that, but fucking Steve Deacock like delayed him on the first ascent of Primate. Like,
He did? Is there any footage of that?
no, but I know that for a fact, and Steve would be rolling in his grave. Like, that is right? Like, no way, man.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Steve wouldn't take too kindly to that, retrobolting that. Primate, how hard is that? Is that on Seal Rock?
Yeah, it's on Seal Rock.
It's on the north side, right?
I think Matt called it 13C, but I know like a lot of good climbers have gone up there. Like, I remember Tim Kemple, when he was doing all that stuff, went up there, and like Chad Greedy, and like a bunch of other. This guy Jason Haas said he went up, he repeated the other stuff up there and wanted to do that, and like nobody's repeated it.
Chad Greedy couldn't do it?
I don't think anyone's done it. No one's repeated it, and people have gone up and like on the mission to do it.
So we're here at the Spot Gym. We're at a BCC, Boulder Climbing Community meeting. Peter Mortimer with Sender Films. What is the BCC, and how does that apply to the average, ordinary, everyday climber?
Yeah, well, I think it's cool because it's Roger Briggs started it, this Boulder Climbing Community, and I think the objective is, I think the overarching objective is to get climbers more involved, and not just going out and ticking off the next thing on their tick list and going back and drinking and talking about it, but trying to be involved with stewardship and with just knowing about like the rules and the community and the rangers and the activists in town, and trying to really build a community out of, I think there's all these activists like in El Dorado Canyon, and then there's people in the Flatirons and in Boulder Canyon, and he's trying to sort of consolidate that into one thing, and I think it's like so cool. And so I think with these events, he's trying to make them, give you a lark burger to go with your Brussels sprouts, and the lark burger is like, I guess, me and Lynn Hill, like in this case, like kind of talking and trying to be entertaining and give some insight into, we're not talking about activism because that's not our specialty, and so I think just trying to like give a dose of that, and then get the ranger from Elda being like, you guys got to help build trails, and I think it's a really cool way to get people motivated, and so I think it's going to just keep growing. It seems like Roger's like super, like he's just he's just very chill about it, but very focused. And he's just like, this is what it is right now, and we're not trying to raise money, we're not trying to do that, we're just trying to get, the core group is whatever number it is, and just try and double that, and then maybe double that, and then at some point I think these will be huge events where all sorts of people are coming in, and you get young people and old climbers and everyone coming together to really talk about I mean, talk about climbing in Boulder. Climbers are such a huge constituency now in Boulder.
Around here, yeah.
It's amazing. And we can like influence policy here. I mean, we're probably as big a user group as like
non-bikers.
Yeah, I don't know about bikers. I don't know. I have a thing against mountain bikers.
Oh, let's don't go there. But you made a good point. You said that Roger Briggs isn't necessarily trying to raise money. He's trying to raise awareness.
Exactly. It's kind of like what Willie, you had Willie Mean on the thing, and that he's so inspiring with his Flagstaff cleanup, which is now like, he's like, has more people than he can handle. There's no trash to pick up anymore in Flagstaff because the place is like so clean, which is amazing from when I was in high school and people would go up there and smash beer bottles over each other's heads.
Did you ever do that, Peter?
No, I was always, no, it's true. It's true, I never did that. I did park up there, I think on my sophomore year of prom in my dad's car. When I was 16, my dad's Toyota Celica, and try to have sex.
How'd that turn out?
I don't think very well. It never turns out that well. Yeah, that's why I stick with the climbing on Flagstaff. But yeah, but I never was like a beer smash. I was always into that. I was setting up when I was like 10. I set up like recycle and compost bins at my parents' house.
You serious?
Yeah, but I grew up in Boulder. You talk like they teach you that in elementary school. What do you got there?
I'm sorry, I was just petting that dog. So that was Peter Mortimer with Center Films. And I'm Mike Brooks. We're here at the Boulder Climbing Community meeting at the Spot Gym. Peter, thank you for your time.
Do people tell you have a radio face?
But I didn't like that.
I'm just kidding. I just said that because I know you as a radio man, and here you are with like the extreme close-up, and you're just like, I saw your makeup artist just walk out the door, and you got like, this is like the 6th outfit I've seen you in the last 2 hours. Like,
you're in good form tonight. So Peter, you got any good films coming out? Tell us about your next project.
Well, did you guys record the stuff from tonight?
Peter, I'm looking forward to that. The
Valley Uprising.
Yeah.
Valley Uprising.
So
Yeah.
Valley Uprising. What does that mean? Tell us about that.
It's about climbing in Yosemite, man. Uprising. And I can't talk about it anymore. I just talked about it too much already.
That was Peter Mortimer with Center Films. For Orange Boulder and Climb Talk, I'm Mike Brooks.